Hi friends, we're diving into the second episode of Hulu's latest drama thriller, Death and Other Details. But before we move to episode 2, let's have a quick rewind of what happened in episode 1. So, we learn that there's a 10-day cruise trip with wealthy families planning to strike a deal. There are the Collins who are looking to acquire the investment money from the real, crazy rich Asians, the Chuns. Then we have our main lead Imogene, who is caught as a prime suspect for a classic locked room murder on the dock. While Imogene tries to wriggle her way out, our second main lead, Detective Rufus Coatsworth, comes in. Rufus is a renowned detective who also happened to be on the cruise. The man was not on good terms with Imogene since he betrayed her almost 20 years ago for not solving the case of her mother's death. Yes, that is very tragic. Well, then we saw how the two kept their differences aside and worked together to solve the new murder, which was later revealed to be connected to Imogene's mother. I mean the murdered victim, Keith Trubitsky, who just seemed to be a proud, rich and self-centered man, is revealed to have been assisting Rufus on Imogene's mother's case. Still not over the last episode. What an ending, right? Well, I think I covered it all. Episode 2 was a ride itself. We got to unravel more secrets and learn how every person on the boat is hiding something, including the seemingly harmless man, Sunil. However, this episode couldn't maintain the pace of the premiere, and the case just seemed too monotonous and repetitive now at this point, with the same things, same ideas being disclosed. There was no such shocking discovery that could lead to the end of the case. But there surely were some unexpected twists that the team added very well to balance the outlook. Like dog feeding us small disclosures to keep us on the edge and immersed. As I continue with the review, let's have a look at what happened in the second episode. Episode 2 of Death and Other Details kicks off with a look back 6 months. Rufus's assistant, Keith Trubitsky, shares some positive news as he reveals his real name is Danny. He presents an invitation to the Collier's cruise, mentioning Imogene's presence. The cruise is open for investors, offering them a chance to examine the books and uncover a link to Victor Sams, the same name that popped up in the last episode when Rufus was working on Imogene's mother's case. In the present, Rufus informs Imogene that Victor Sams might be an alias for an international syndicate, suggesting her mother got caught up in it. Unfortunately, Rufus couldn't verify it by checking the Collier's accounts. Imogene appears satisfied, exiting the room to the deck, where she shares with others that her questioning with Rufus was intenser. Later on, Imogen faces a barrier when trying to meet Lawrence, encountering resistance from the security head Julius, whom she slept with. Awkward, Rufus persists in questioning the guests and investigating Danny's actions. It comes to light that, as Keith, Danny stirred trouble with Anna. Eleanor, the Chun's daughter, discloses that the Colliers are bankrupt, while Anna insists that Collier Mills remains successful. I mean, it is just the rich justifying how they are rich to the other rich. Elites, I tell you. Back to the story, we see the bond between Anna and Imogene as close friends, always stuck together as family. On the boat, Imogene reveals to Anna that she has been assisting Rufus on the case secretly. Now it seems as if this all had an ulterior motive as well, but that is something to be revealed later. So further in the investigation, Rufus questions Father Toby, who had initially denied ever speaking to Keith. However, this was a falsehood, really not expected from a father if you ask me. In reality, Toby conversed with Danny, even introducing him to Governor Alexandra. Digging into Layla's situation, Rufus discovers her past, a car accident she possibly suffered. The Colliers reveal how Iella is mentally unstable due to a tragic past. I, however, think otherwise. Layla is one of the most suspicious characters on the show. She reveals nothing in the interrogations and always seems a little off. There is something with her. Back to the plot. Anna and Imogene meet with the Collier couple. In a brief flashback, it's revealed that Rufus had asked Imogene to obtain access to the Collier books, which might have answers to both murder cases. Further investigation reveals that Danny, acting as Keith, declined to invest in Tripp's venture, sparking anger between them witnessed by multiple people. Rufus discovers that the bar cart sent to Danny's room, through which the murderer gained access in and out, was ordered from Tripp's room, with an American woman's voice on the phone. Okay, I see where this is going. Later, Sunil reveals to Rufus the news of Interpol's impending arrival, sending their best officer. Oh, this is going to be fun. After Sunil departs, Rufus talks to Imogene, revealing another deduction. Governor Alexandra and Trip are engaged in an affair. Oh, that explains the American accent over the phone that night. Rufus asserts that everyone on board harbours secrets, and now that he's unsettled them, mistakes will surface. His strategy is to shine a light on the cockroaches. Now all he and Imogene have to do is watch them scatter. The strategy appears effective, evident in Alexandra ending her affair with Trip. Simultaneously, Eleanor informs Anna that her grandmother intends to leave the ship, terminating the deal. I love how the makers did a great job bringing everything together to the end, creating absolute chaos and dispersion, for the case to get more and more complicated. Lastly, the episode concludes with the arrival of Agent Hilda Eriksson from Interpol, determined to shake things up in the aftermath of Death and Other Details episode 2. This was honestly my favourite scene, the way Hilda entered, exuding confidence in the case and seeming to know everything already. I can already tell that she is either going to be a help or the greatest villain in this case, stirring things up for both Rufus and Imogene. So here's my take on episode 2. The narrative structure of Death and Other Details. Episode 2 displays an unusual mess that doesn't resonate well, very much like episode 1. There were sudden jump cuts, temporal distortion due to timeline shifts, and abrupt scene switches disrupting the story's flow, particularly challenging in a series with a large ensemble cast, where a smooth progression is crucial to prevent viewers from feeling overwhelmed by numerous names and places. The makers didn't fix that, and hopefully, this doesn't root out bigger complexities in the coming episodes. Overall, the episode was executed well, giving it fun twists and turns to keep us engaged with the plot. Imogene's character appears somewhat simplistic, with her moods easily soothed by Rufus's explanations. Laurence Collier's involvement in her upbringing and her mother's death seems treated somewhat lightly, given the emotional weight it should carry. Similarly, the revelation about her mother's likely demise in a larger conflict is oddly presented casually. Overall, the show carries great intrigue, stunning visuals, and amazing performances from all the actors in the cast. Highly recommended. That's it for now. Until next time, stay curious, stay entertained, and I'll catch you in the next video.